Hey guys, Aaron Kubitz, personal trainer at Functional Aesthetics EC. In this week's video, I'm going to be demonstrating an arm workout that I was doing. I took advantage of the beautiful weather that we were having last weekend, which we were pretty lucky to have 2 weekends in a row. Yesterday was pretty rainy, but today is another gorgeous day. Anyway, I was going to do some arm training, but in between the arm training, so arm training is fairly straightforward. I mean, most people who go to the gym, that's one of the things that they want to build up is their arms or their chest and their abs. So those are pretty common areas to work on. So those arm workout routines and stuff, there's plenty of videos out there on that kind of stuff. So this is not going to be anything particularly groundbreaking or earth-shattering at that. The main difference in this video is that I'm going to incorporate some Tai Chi or deep breathing movements and exercises in between sets of my arm exercises to help maximize recovery in between sets so that I can push harder and go longer in my routine. So this is something I heard about years ago, actually, when I was first getting into bodybuilding and stuff. Franco Colombo used to talk about how, in between sets of deadlifts, you go outside, outside of the gym where the air can be a little bit stuffy and stuff like that. Go outside and take in some deep breaths and suck in a lot of oxygen, go back in there, hit another set of deadlifts and things like that. So that's what I've tried to incorporate into the training here. Particularly when years ago, I had a job where I did a lot of manual labor, and then right after that, I'd go to the gym and I hit the weights. And so I was already pretty well warmed up. My cardiovascular system was in good shape from walking around all day, lifting things and stuff like that. And so I didn't have to worry too much about that recovery aspect. I could just go back to back to back. Now, fast forward, when I was going through college, I had a lot less time to train. I was also spending a lot more time sitting in class, so then when I would go to lift, sometimes I'd feel kind of sluggish and stuff from sitting all day. And so then that's when I designed my hybrid strength martial arts yoga fitness class based upon my own experiences. So basically what I would do is I'd lift the weight and then do some, kicking and punching on a heavy bag, so a little bit, lighter, more power type exercises, and then I would recover in between that by doing deep breathing exercises. So the main ones were just the Tai Chi stuff, and then I added in some variations that I felt helped, get different angles and stretch out the ligaments and the intercostal cartilages in between the ribs here to help expand the rib cage more and get more oxygen into your lungs. So that's a really long intro there, but I think it lays the groundwork for a little bit of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it in this video here. So I'll let you sit back and watch the video, and then we'll get into a little bit more on the flip side of the video. We'll see y'all on that end of the video. All right, guys, there you have it. A little bit of a hybrid sort of workout there, incorporating the deep breathing for recovery. As I said, when you're doing different sort of breathing patterns, as you notice, I was doing some of these scooping breaths, I was coming across the body, things like that, even doing some of this kind of stuff. If you try that out yourself, you might notice that it actually helps to stretch out those little tendons and ligaments within the joint, as well as between your rib cage, to help provide more mobility in your shoulders, which is definitely important when you're doing a lot of this type of training. Especially if you're doing if you like to do like bodybuilding style training where it's a lot of high volume, a lot of reps and sets, you can tend to become kind of like stiff, I guess you'd say. Particularly like the muscles will get stronger and grow and stuff like that. But then at least what I experienced is that when I try to do any sort of stuff where I'm moving out of the range of motion that's very much like, for example, I guess most of the bodybuilding exercises are in the sagittal plane or in the frontal plane, and then you have some that are in that transverse plane, but you have very few that go through all the different planes of motion. So that's why it's important to do a little of that circumduction, what they call it, with shoulders. Twist your body, breathe in. The different angles that you put your body in as you're breathing helps to open up and access different areas of the lungs that you don't normally get to access. So this will increase your energy, because if you're restricted, you're not getting as much oxygen to your body, and then you'll have a little bit less energy. You may not notice this as much when you're fresh for the day, but at the end of the day, or if you've had a very long week at the office or something like that, and you feel very drained, definitely doing these kind of things, especially if you don't feel like going to the gym, will definitely improve your energy levels. And you don't have to do them in between sets of exercises like I'm doing here in this workout. You can do them on their own, especially first thing in the morning, to help you wake up a little bit faster and get you energized for the day. So that, combined with first thing in the morning, drinking a large glass of water, do a little bit of stretching and breathing stuff, and that'll actually probably get you up to speed a little bit faster than even coffee will. Another tip to get up to speed a little bit faster in the morning is to instead of having cereal or toast or things like that, or pancakes, normal breakfast type foods, you can either skip breakfast entirely or have just eggs and some vegetables, or same thing for lunch. Have more limited carbohydrates, a little bit of fat in there. The reason for this is that it actually helps to keep you more alert during the day because of the dopamine levels. So protein helps to increase your levels of dopamine production, which will help to give you that drive and keep you more alert during the day. And then having those more starchy carbohydrates, so not sugary carbohydrates, but starchy carbohydrates, potatoes, oats, rice, things like that. Have a little bit of that, a little bit less fat, moderate amounts in the evening, with moderate amounts of starchy carbs, and then some protein. You can even have vegetables too and stuff. That carbohydrate will help to produce serotonin, which will then make you feel more relaxed and help you fall asleep better. So during the day, you'll have more energy because you're not working against your body. You're keeping yourself in that alert state. And then in the evening, the serotonin will help you relax and fall asleep better. All right, guys, long intro and closing for this video. I hope you don't mind. I hope you learned some information and maybe got some insights on how you can improve your training or just do a different style of training than maybe you're used to. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that button there on the lower right-hand corner of the screen to subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave any comments that you might have in regards to this video, and we'll see you all next time for more health and fitness related information. Thanks, guys.